My country, America, is an agricultural powerhouse. We just grow a lot of crops. So if you looked at the total weight, the total tonnage of crops grown in America, this is what it looks like. We just more and more year after year. That's not too surprising. Where things get really surprising is when we look at how many resources we needed to generate that growth. We need fertilizer for agriculture, obviously. Here's what happened to total fertilizer use in America. It used to be going up with the output, and then it stopped, and now it's going down. It's kind of interesting. Here's what happened to total water use for agriculture in the United States. Again, output is going up, water use, the input, is going down. And then finally, if we just look at the total amount of cropland, total amount of land devoted to agriculture in the United States, it's going down over time. And that decrease is actually a big decrease. Since the early 1980s, we have given an amount of land back to nature from agriculture equal in size to the state of Washington. Washington's a decent-sized state in America. We've given that land back to nature. So when we look at agriculture, we see a strange pattern. We used to need more and more, and now we need less and less, even as we continue to grow. We see the same thing when we look throughout the economy and we look at other resources. Here's the same graph of GDP, the size of the economy. We've seen that before. Here's how much paper, total paper, we consumed in the American economy year after year. Again, that relationship used to be perfect, then it flattened out, and now, as we move deeper into this era, the second machine age, we are using less and less paper year after year. We're also using less and less wood year after year. I want to show you what's been happening to metal. And one thing, whenever I talk about metal, somebody says, oh yeah, but that's just because you in America, you outsourced all of your manufacturing to other countries. You outsourced it to China and Mexico, and of course, metal use is going down in America because you don't make things anymore. Well, that's not true. This is what manufacturing looks like in America. It's a big industry, it's a growing industry, and we're still a manufacturing powerhouse. But again, the same pattern we see here, this is what's been happening to total metal use in America. All the main metals that you use to grow an economy, we are now using less of them. And I want you all to notice something really, really important here. I tried very hard to make the color of the line the same as the color of the metal on this graph. I just want credit for that, okay? But we see this very weird pattern that we're getting more and more economic output, but we're taking less and less from the earth. This is pretty good news. We're treading more lightly. Our footprint on the planet is actually going down over time. We started off by talking about energy, and you remember there is this completely perfect relationship between total energy use and the size of the economy. So let's look at what's been happening to that relationship. Again, here's the American economy for 217 years. That's what the relationship used to look like. This is what's been happening since 1970. We see the same thing. We see that energy use started to level off, and now the American economy is about 25% bigger than it was at the end of the Great Recession. Our energy use is almost unchanged over that 10-year period. We have finally learned how to get more economy from less energy.